Hello again, everyone. This is Jan from New York City, and my channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. Hey, how's everybody doing on this bright and beautiful Thursday morning? Hope that this video, as always, finds everybody doing well. We're going to take a little bit of time today to talk about, and I'm going to make this like maybe a once every couple of week thing, talking about facing our fears. So today we're going to start with edition 1. Now, this may sound like a little bit of minutia, but let's go to the beginning. Just took a sip of tea. Tea today, not coffee. Okay, now that I got a little bit of that tea jolt in me, just want to mention to you, has anyone out there ever done any acting? Well, okay, probably in so much as when you were a child, at least for a school play. How did you feel before you got up on stage? If acting is not generally your profession and you just had to do it because you had to do it, how did you feel getting up, let's say in public, and let's say facing an audience for the first time, such as a school assembly or a school play, or you thought you'd take your first dabble in acting because it's something that you like to do. For myself, I did take drama a little while back in the day. But I did it, and it was fun. My background is really more of a broadcasting type of a thing, which means that I'm the kind of person that really and truly prefers to be behind a microphone than on camera. Now, that's kind of ironic for a person that's doing a video on YouTube, right? Right. But c'est la vie. I guess I like to communicate with people. And also, as you know, I was a teacher, so we like to talk a lot. What can I say? I guess we like to talk a lot. But today we're talking specifically about facing our fears. Notice the picture. It's an empty theater, empty auditorium. And at some point, picture yourself waiting for that curtain to open. How did you feel 5 minutes or 2 minutes or 1 minute before? Did you have a little bit of fear and trepidation? Well, that's normal, by the way, just saying. Because there's one thing that all of us fear, okay? Subconsciously, consciously, whatever. Most of us, the reason why a lot of people, their greatest fear in life is either making a public speech or something to that effect. But that's not really their fear. Their real fear is making a mistake and being embarrassed by that mistake. Now, if this happens to be you, don't beat yourself up for it. We all go through that. But if you let things like that really get to you in every aspect, then you may not consider a job that might be suitable for you because you're afraid of screwing up. Mistakes are okay, and we all make a mistake. All right, so having said that, we all know that at some point, every one of us has a little bit of fear and trepidation, and it's usually for the same thing, about making a mistake and being embarrassed by it. Well, I could tell you this much. I'm not embarrassed to admit that certain things sometimes requires a little bit of oomph on my effort. Isn't it funny that I did do radio, I did get up and teach, and yes, I did do acting. Funny. But yet, sometimes there are some things that take me a little bit longer to warm up to. So now this is going to sound humorous to you, but I received my air fryer. Remember I mentioned this to you a while ago? Okay. I received my air fryer about a week and a half back. Other things happened, and the truth be told, I was extremely busy doing those other things, so I, put it off. But I said, something? Air fryer. The box looked like a monster for me. So I'm going to show you the pictures of the box, and I'll pick it up there, and then we'll go on. Thanks so much for sticking around. I really do appreciate your time talking about Facing Our Fears, edition 1. Talking about the air fryer. Let me tell you something. When that thing arrived, first of all, the fear of, the monster virus on the outside of the box. I know. But it took me a week to actually face my fear and open the box. I'll show you. Hang on. Well, I actually opened the box. All right, it wasn't so bad. But, you get paranoid with all these, things that we have to do to protect ourselves from any germs or whatever. That's one thing. But the truth be told, this type of appliance I never used before. But the joke part is, in reality, it is the easiest appliance I have ever used. And I will show you what happened. So this cute little thing was the big monster that I was afraid of. I mean, not afraid of, like, oh, I'm afraid of. No, I kept procrastinating and procrastinating and procrastinating. Okay, we do have our concerns with any electrical appliance. I mean, that's natural, especially if it's something you never did before. And for me, this particular size unit is perfect for me. It's just, basically for me. So it looks so simple, and I'm going to show you what actually happened and what I cooked in this item yesterday. Remember, this is not a sponsored ad for any promotion for any company, but this is just my unique experience with an appliance. On a money saving end, I can absolutely tell you this unit is a money saver, or anyone that goes, in that route with air frying in general. You don't have to buy the grease. The whole purpose is to fry without the grease, right? Not to mention ease of use. Yes, it was extremely easy and very, very convenient. And so without further ado, I just want to preface this before we go on to that phase. I was not camera worthy. It was just a spontaneous film clip that I decided to make. So I look half baked. But that's okay. We're not going to look, fantastic all the time. It was a hot day when I filmed that, and it was yesterday, and the heat index is through the roof, blah, 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 blah. I could go on like a sound effect. But anyway, the main thing is I faced this thing. I love this thing. I recommend getting one, anyone that doesn't have it, and you'll see for yourself. So just want to warn you about how dreadful I look. That's it. Hello again, everyone. This is Jan from New York City, and my channel name is Jan from New York City. Well, today I decided to face my fear and trepidation of an air fryer. Actually, look at this. Is this not beautiful? I mean, does that not look really, really good? It was very simple, and I can't wait to dig into it. But the bottom line of this tiny video is face your fears. We'll talk about more stuff like that as we go on. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, the moment of truth. I'm actually going to taste this. Sorry about the messy look, but it's a hot day today. I don't feel like putting on a bunch of makeup. Sorry. I hate eating on camera, but big thumbs up. Really easy, very inexpensive. A pace to face your fears. Well, what did I fear? Making a mistake. And isn't that mainly what life is about? Fearing making mistakes? It's okay to make a mistake. Wish you were here. I'd give you some chicken. So for now, I guess you just have to watch me eat chicken. Bon appetit. Oh yeah.
Hey everybody, I wanted to talk to you about whenever I go to make a recipe for something that I've never made before. I always tend to follow the recipe as it says in the book or whatever I'm looking at. But the second time around, when I go to make it, I'm going to change it. I'm going to either add something to it, use a little less of an ingredient, or whatnot. But it doesn't always stop there. There have also been times when I go to repeat the recipe a third, a fourth, or even a fifth time, depending on how much I like the recipe. I'm always trying to explore other ways to make that recipe my own. And, as they say, variety is a spice of life. You don't always want the same regimented thing over and over and over and over again. It gets old, it gets boring, it gets tiresome. So you can always modify it, change it up. Because depending on what the dish is, it can be a blank canvas. So, it definitely pays to experiment, try something else. Like, for instance, one of the recipes that I do that has been featured on the show is my banana pudding. It originally asked for 3/4 cup of sugar. Well, why do I need that much sugar in my custard when the bananas will help fill that void? Because banana has natural sugar in it. So I backed the sugar off to around a half or 2/3. And it seems to be just right for my taste because I don't necessarily like an overly sweet of anything. Um, Down here where I'm at, sweet tea is pretty, the drink of choice. So I don't do sweet tea. I usually do either half and half or I'll do 70% unsweet, 30% sweet for my taste buds. But I always say, give it a try. Experiment. You may not always like what you try the first time around when you make something. If you do try it, let us or let me know down in the description box or in the comments that if you do that or not. I would love to hear back from you. Thank you.